get him. Let's go get him today, man. Let's go. Hey, dominate on 3. 1, 2, 3, dominate.
But I do want to narrow down on Brock Purdy and his first half, in which really was one of his worst halves of football as a 49er. Now, that's still saying something given that he wasn't necessarily too bad. 9 of 19, still at 146 passing yards. But what did you think of that first half and really the change that came with the first half?
I thought that he looked like playoff Jimmy Garoppolo in the first half. I mean, literally the first pass of the game, he drops back to pass, and it's not even close, right? It's the throw that Trey Lance has been accused of making where it's just not accurate, doesn't give the receiver a chance to make the play. I think he was a little amped up early on, and which is only natural. Like, we forget, rookie quarterback just turned 23 years old. It was his first playoff game at home. The crowd was going nuts. Like, it's understandable. But the difference between playoff Brock in that first half and playoff Jimmy was that Brock's bad first half included 2 touchdowns and no interceptions. Jimmy Garoppolo did not do that when he was playing at his worst in the playoffs. So that's obviously a massive, massive difference for the 49ers.
Agreed. And I mean, the other part about Brock Purdy and Jimmy Garoppolo, Purdy bounced back, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But in the first half, you're right. There were the accuracy struggles. He only completed 9 of 19 passes, but I got to give credit to Kyle Shanahan here for instilling confidence in his quarterback, something we necessarily hadn't seen in the playoffs before. It had always been somewhat of a run-centric approach to playoff games, especially to start. Jimmy Garoppolo, I don't know what the maximum passes he's thrown before, but he's had a lot of games where he's thrown under 20 passes in a playoff game for the 49ers. And he's also thrown a turnover he's had a turnover in 5 of his 6 playoff games. Purdy in this performance, good, obviously, in the second half, but also took care of the football. That was the number one thing that was important. And with him arguably playing his worst football half with the 49ers, they were still in the game down by 1 point. And that was also with the defense not really playing very well.